Greetings, I'm Goldenwing and welcome back to the Sunday Papers. Today we're taking a look at Cosmoteer. Cosmoteer is created by Walt Destler and it's available at cosmoteer.net. That link will be in the description below. In Cosmoteer, you are a bounty hunter, traveling from sector to sector, hunting down the renegade enemies and destroying them. Now, it's a bit like FTL or other similar shipbuilding games. What makes this one interesting is it does an intriguing job of simulating the crew movements around the ship to deliver power or ammo to weapons or shields. It also runs a reasonably realistic 2D physics simulation on weapon movement, so cannon shots versus laser shots and how that might interact, but also on a module by module basis. So shots impacting the ship will affect certain modules, and then their subsequent movements based on that damage will be calculated with respect to physics. Now this game is completely free at the moment, which makes it incredible value. Taking a quick look at the options menu, there is a surprising amount of depth in this options menu. There are options here that I might like on some of our AAA games that we don't get. But taking a quick look, high DPI mode would be the high-res situation. So if you're running at like a 4K and the menus are too small, that kind of thing. Frame rate limiters, we've got separate audio sliders for effects and interface. Auto-save information, turning on the screen shake on or off. There's been a good amount done to accessibility to support. So you can edit the colors for friendly, enemy, and neutral if you are have a certain degree of color blindness. This is very nice. And then there is an absolute ton of independent game options to be taken a look at here if you want to alter how the ship focuses when it rotates, or how the picture-in-picture works in game. Also, it's capable of showing FPS in the corner and near the cursor. So, a surprising amount of depth in the options menu itself. Also, all the key bindings are rebindable with alternate bindings. Every single one, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. So let's take a look. We'll go get a new game, and we'll start a bounty hunter. Here we are with our ship. So this is our little vessel, and we've got some crew running around. Now they will walk around and they will fly the ship using the control room and arm our laser blasters. They'll also feed power from, this is our reactor, to these engines. They'll bring little packages back and forth to power them. And it's our job to go take out the renegade enemies. If we head on over there, we can get right into it. This little radar down here shows us our self, our radar circle, the window that, or the monitor that we're looking through, and then the enemy. So if we focus in here, you can actually see, there we go, you can see them running around. They'll deliver the little power to the weapons. Now, death on, let's see if I can get focused on the enemy here. Death on an enemy vessel is dependent on the damage to its subsystems. So if I pause the game here for a second, we can see that their weapon has taken damage, has been completely blown away. But in order to destroy this vessel, there is no single health bar, as you might find in other games. You'd have to disrupt it or destroy its operations. So if we take out this block, you can see this control room is nearly destroyed. If we take out the control room, then as the tooltip implies, a ship without a control room can't fly. Here's their reactor. If we target the reactor and blow it up, well, then it'll explode. Let's see how we do here. Hold down Alt and draw a box around these. We can do them both at once. We can also tell our weapons by shift left clicking. Shift right clicking, my bad. To target the reactor only, and when that goes, up she goes. So that's pretty cool. Now we can take a look at our repairs. Looks like we incurred some damage, so we can go ahead and repair that. Got about 36,000 credits. Now what we can do here is we can enter into this blueprint mode. And this allows us to move our bits of our ship around. So we can totally redesign the ship here. So let's see. If we grab these. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, there we go. Let's grab those. We'll cut them and we'll move them over here. Let's get these out of the way for the moment. And these out of the way for the moment. And let's cut the front of the ship off. That sort of gets us down to just what we need here. Now I want to kind of move some of this around. We'll have the control room. I want to move you back, him over. And what we can do, we can set some of this armor around like that. That should protect our control room a little more. Now we'll add some hallways like that. That looks good. Now their thrusters seem to work pretty well, so let's grab those. We are going to want access to those, so let's put them one back and we'll add a hallway here. Now the people that wander around your ship do bump into one another. So actually, it does behoove you sometimes to have a double wide hallway, as it were. So we'll try and arrange that. Should be able to move our reactor up. And then let's get these out of the way. Maybe something like that. Move our weapons on. We've only got 3 so far, but that's okay. Don't need that. Seems pretty reasonable, this design here, so why don't we try and cut that and we'll fit it back in here. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Yeah, something like that maybe. Connect those back up. These little structure blocks are just an underlying frame. They're a little cheaper to build. Armor might be a better choice, but we don't have armor. So we're still under budget here. Why don't we add a few more weapons? You can see as I add weapons, we drop in crew. So of course that's a necessary component. So let's go see if we can add more crew quarters. We could probably replace this single or this double room with one of these. There we go. So that looks pretty decent. We've got room for another reactor here. Maybe we add a little bit of armor. We can put on mirror mode, by the way, which makes this vastly easier. And we've got these guys, so we'll maybe add them there. There, that's looking pretty reasonable. Okay, so if we want to give that a try, we can hit this Make It So button, and it'll do all of that modification. So now what we've got is our control room much more armored than our past opponent. We've sort of corrected for the vulnerability that we found in them. And we added some more weapons. I think I might... Can we afford... That would cost $1,000. No. Okay. So we'll have to wait on that. That's okay. Now we can speed up time while they load up the weapons here. There we go. And let's go take out another opponent. Zoom up time here. So this game has been incredibly fun. It's sort of like FTL, if you've ever played that, in the way you manage the crew. But I really like the building of the ships. You can blueprint different ships. We can take a look at the arrangements of the opponent's vessels. There's you can actually paint your own ship. This is our ship here, and we could maybe paint it black and maybe we give it a interesting paint job here. I'm not sure why I'm picking pink, but pink's awesome. Why not? Should really be doing mirror mode, shouldn't I? There we go. You sort of get the idea. Not that I'm the best artist in the world, that's for sure. Probably turn down speed a bit. As you can see, we are doing a good job here. We've got their weapons taken out. Why don't we target that one and then the reactor? See, our ship's doing well. We're struggling a little bit on power here. We're really working hard to try and deliver that power out to our weapons. If you hold down shift here, you can control where the ship is, your ship is, in relation to the target when you're attacking. That can be very useful if you have multiple types of weapons. Right now we only have those laser blasters, but if we had cannons, for example, the cannons have a longer range, so you might want to stick at a little longer range before attacking. We should have enough money to go ahead and replace those stand-ins with real armor there. Why don't we try and... Yeah, we'll put a little armor on the outside there, too. That seems nice. We've got about 10,000. I don't think that's enough for another reactor. Yeah, reactor is 15. We don't have enough to fix our power issues. But if we go take this guy out, we will. Alright, let's see if we can take a look at who we're fighting. He's worth about 10,000. He's got small laser blasters. As a matter of comparison, we also have small laser blasters. And that's about it. 2 small laser blasters. His control room is right up front, and reactor in the back. So let's see. Let's try and target his control room first. And I always forget about that speed. You can see in our first volley we took out his control room and one of his primary weapons. If we target the reactor now, explodey. Fantastic. So we'll go repair up our ship here. Maybe we'll add that other reactor. Oh, we ought to add. Where is it? FTL drive. That's what we need. Not sure what I was thinking. Let's put the FTL drive up here. I do want to add another reactor, but I also need an FTL drive. So we'll do that. I would like to add another weapon. Let's do this. Let's get rid of 2 of our small laser blasters. Here are the weapons. We've got small laser blasters, electro bolts. These guys damage systems. We've got ion beam emitters, which is kind of a consistent damage beam. They're very powerful. They're also very expensive in terms of energy usage. Then we've got cannon shells that we can fire using either the standard or the large cannon. And we've got missiles that we can launch. I'm going to put on an ion beam. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that looks nice. Going to be a little low on power. But we only have 4,000 more to go. We could do that. So this is an energy or an energy storage module. Do we have? Yeah, let's try this. So what'll happen here is our crew will load up the weapons first, and then what they'll do is they'll load up the storage module. Okay? Kind of a backlog. That should help. We can pop out to the galaxy map now, and we can take a look at all of the systems we can take a visit at. Now, not all of these are going to be the same. These have 4 amateur enemies. This one will be professional. And we have veterans. Beyond veterans are elite. And beyond elite are vanguard. That's how the difficulties work. So, let's go take on some amateurs. What our crew here will do is they'll transfer the energy to the FTL drive. And then, off we go. You can see we're immediately surrounded by 4 more enemies, so we'll go clear them out here. Just speed up time a bit. Let's take a look. Same design as we had before. Cool. So let's target the reactor, or excuse me, the control room, and I'll hold shift and right click on the reactor, and they'll blow up the control room first, and then the reactor. Let's adjust what angle we're fighting at. I would like to be closer to max range. We don't need to be on top of them. And we'll hold Alt, drag a box around these to center the fight on us. You can see our thrusters are struggling to back off. That's okay. We'll have to add more thrusters. Down he goes. We'll start making our way to our next opponent. Do our repairs. So for a free game, this has been a ton of fun. Oh, let's see. This guy, ooh, this guy's got cannons. So let's target the cannons first. And then the reactor. Why not? I can see we're taking damage. Doing? Yeah, we took a cannon or a shot right to here. So we're still struggling along here. It's alright, we've almost got into their reactor. Oh, nice. How much damage did we take? 7,000. Alright. So maybe we should think a little bit about protecting ourselves. We might want to add shield generators. Do we have enough if we wanted to add 2 of them like this? Say there. Yeah, we've got enough to do that. So if we did that, we'll want to add some walkways so they can get to them. Maybe out like this. Maybe we change the... I don't like that. We change the armor a bit. That's the wrong one. There we go. Yeah, something like that maybe. Now, it would be nice if we had more than one reactor, but we can't afford it. So let's turn mirror mode off. Put that back. And let's just grab some, maybe energy storage for now. I mean, we've got a good amount of money there. What if we put a couple of energy storages there? And let's think about... thrusters are 4,000 a piece. Or 1,500 for standards. So let's go ahead and replace those 2. Not enough for that. What if I took away... close are we? We're really close. Yeah, we'll take away these armor bits. Can we replace them with structure? Cool. That should give us a little more thrust forward and backward. Definitely more protection and more storage. See how that does. We'll speed up time and let them charge up. We are going to be running low on crew, and power is going to be our problems right now. Oh, while they're loading up our storage as best as they can, we'll head back on over and see what we have to work with. So let's see here. Oh, that'll be easy. You can take those out, and then you can target the reactor. And we'll adjust the range, something like that. Let's see how they do. See, we're here, but our systems are barely powered. Shields are doing their job, though. See, this is why we were having power issues and crew issues. We not only don't have very much power to provide our weapons, we also don't have a whole lot of crew to get it there. How are we doing over here? Barely any damage. What we can do is we should be able to, I think we can... Oops, well, I was going to shut it down, but then it blew up, so I guess we don't have to turn it off. Alright, there's two of their weapons down. We are not looking good over here. We'll get through it. Take that other weapon down. There. Now we can get some repairs done. Let's target their bridge and then their reactor. Targeting the control room should stop them from being able to fly. Yeah, now they'll just spin. Now we can dig at their control room. Should be able to issue repairs, but wow, 16,000 in repairs. I'm gonna say the combat in this game is very satisfying. Get it, get it, get it. Nice. Just enough for our repairs. So let me show you a game that I've played a little more at. Okay, so here is a ship that I had built previously. So I've got a load of large thrusters. Now the thrusters are really interesting in that they only have that yellow and red damage sector from a certain, or to a certain perspective. So you can actually fit them inside of the ship, which seems a little weird. So we've got those. We've got a ton of crew quarters over here. We've got a ton of these ion beam emitters protected by shields and armor. And then I've got standard cannons along with their ammo production and storage. And then these are FTL drives so far. Okay, so let's see what we were going after. Oh, right, this was this guy. This is an enemy ship called the Death Box, and boy, I tell you, it is just that. This is going to go badly, but we will give it a shot. As you can see, we can got a different range here because of our weapons. These cannons have already fired. Our beams are shooting, making massive damage. Our 4 shields are down over here. We've barely done anything to them on the front. Small cannons are firing. They're struggling for ammo. We're chewing into them, though. Come on. Let's see if we can focus fire on these reactors. If we can get them to go, and maybe him, we might be able to survive this. More. You see the ship's now split into 2 pieces. So when it does this is why you might want to have more than one control room. Because when it splits down the center here, this section still actually has crew These still have the residual power that were delivered to them and a shield. So you could build a ship that is designed to be targeted down the center, broke into two pieces, and then you'd have two pilotable ships, both fighting. So there's one of the targets destroyed. That would be this one. But we still have this guy fighting. So let's target him. We can chew all of this up, and we just made a ton of money. There's all our repairs. So one of the interesting parts about this game as well is you can pick up other ships. You can have more than one. So if we were to grab, like, say, this guy. There we go. Now we've got two ships that we can pilot around. And we can tell this guy to come over. So you can actually have a whole fleet of ships piloting, and you can design and build each one of them. So if we wanted to come in here and redesign this guy and say maybe add some more armor or more firepower, we absolutely could do that. You can blueprint and save designs and load them. It's amazing how much function, form, and gameplay mechanics have been added. Oh, he doesn't have an FTL drive on him. Well, that's a problem. Let's see. Can we fit one in here somewhere? Gotta be somewhere we can slip this guy. How about right there? Let's try that again. So we'll take our two new ships. Oh my. Boy, that guy really takes off, doesn't he? Let's see. Maybe we can use them to lure the enemy back. That'd be cool, huh? Yeah, there we go. Let's have them go to here and then target, say, we'll get, you can see the different weapon ranges. Want them all in range, something like that. And we'll have Mr. Big here. Maybe can we get him to move over? Yeah. It would move over here, target like that. And then we'll reduce the speed here. See how this goes. And that's why I love these ion beam emitters. Pair up our ships. Fantastic. So this is Cosmoteer. Again, it's done by Walt Destler. He's done an incredible job. It's available at cosmoteer.net. So if you have some free time this weekend and you're looking for something to fool around with, I would head on over to cosmoteer.net and grab this. At any rate, I appreciate tuning in here and joining me for the Sunday Papers. So I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you next weekend. Have a good one.